Hi, hello everyone. Welcome again to a new video. So as part of today's video, I'm going to share one of the Kanban project that we can create in Jira. And also we will try to understand how we can use the board configuration to identify different cards uh, and using the card colors for the different priorities that we can easily set in the board configuration. Also, if we have to include certain fields in our card information, how we can do that. So that is going to be a brief discussions. So let us start. So I am sharing the cloud instance that I have been using for several videos on Jira. So what we will do first, we will create a space. So it's more like creating the project. So we can select software development from the left and we are going to select Kanban. We will keep company managed and let's call it Kanban 25. So it's taking a while, it's creating the project. So now we have this Kanban 25 space or project created. Now what we will do is this is our Kanban board. We can see from the top navigation, we have the summary, the timeline, Kanban board, and calendar reports list. So many other Jira features which are available. So we can just expand the whole Kanban board here. So these are the different columns which are available. We have the backlog that is basically a to-do list selected for development in progress done. And if we want to include any new state, we can simply click on create column. So let's say we have a QA, we can simply say yes. So now QA is done. Similarly, if we want to have after QA, let's say we want to have UAT, so we can say now the UAT is also there. So what we will do now is we will create some items. So let's say uh, so we have epic task bug and other thing, and this is our story, and that's what we want. So let's say we have one story as user login. So that has been created. Let's try to have another story, forgot username that has been created. Similarly, forgot password. Let's try to have another one, user profile, maybe another one, manage user profile. And we can create one more story using the create, which is say dev environment setup like this. So now, if we see, the priority for all the stories that we have created is default as medium priority. So we have 6 stories in our backlog. It represents the number of stories. And whenever the team sees that, okay, this one of the stories is ready to be picked up for the development, it is compliant with the definition of ready, so they can move it to the select for development, and it will show like how many stories are selected for the development. Similarly, let's say forgot username. Similarly, we can say forgot password. And now what we are going to talk about is how we can use the different priorities. So everything in our board is currently medium priority. Let's say user login is not medium priority, but we want to change the priority. So what we can do is we can go here, we can make it as highest that it needs to be done. Similarly, let's say for forgot username, this one is also of highest category, and the dev environment setup, this is equally important, so we can say high, not the highest. Similarly, we can have forgot password and we can keep it as again high. Okay. Now if we look at our board, So we do not have any other mechanism. Obviously, we can use the Expedite and everything else. Expedite denotes like, what are the items in our board which are having the highest priority. So we have these two with the topmost or the highest priority, and then we have everything else. But there is another way which Kanban or which Jira provides as a feature. So if we click on the three dots and use the board settings, so here what we can do is we can just expand, we can click on the layout, we can also click on the card layout, or we can say card color, sorry. So the method that we have selecting is on the priorities, right? So this was not enabled when we saw the configuration, it was kind of a blank. So now it is telling we will be using this particular color for the highest priority, this color for the high, this color for the medium, this is for the low, and we can keep it as it is. So this is how it is going to utilize. Now, if we go back to our board and we can see that, okay, the highest priority is having this particular color, and we can see the top priority, the high priority one is having this one, and the medium priority is having this particular color. And we can try it as well. I mean, if let's say if you want to have some item, maybe we can say, uh, let's say test automation check, and it is currently set as a medium priority, but I mean, we want to just make it lower. So what we can do is we just make it like low priority, and if we close, so we can see the color is slightly different, right? So this is how we can, categorize using the different color mechanism that we can use from the board configuration. The other thing that we want to try it out is if we look at this user login, let's say we have some information. Uh, we also have the story points. So if I look at the story points, let's say this particular story is five is user five is story points. So we can simply say, and similarly for the forgot username, let's say this is of these story points, and we close it. Similarly, we can say forgot password. This is also of three story points. Okay. And we can add labels as well. Let's say we are doing this in the Q4 2025. The label is already there. So I'm simply using it. Uh, okay. And we can also try for user login as well. Let's say we are this. This is also planned for the Q4 2025. Similarly, we can say forgot username. This is also planned for Q4 2025. Now, whatever information we have keyed in as part of these card details or the story details, we are not able to see them here when we are looking at the card information. So what we can do, I mean, the only option right now we have is we have to open the card and see what are the different card details. But there can be some important details which we want to kind of like visualize here itself. So what we can do about it is we can just go to the board settings, and we can again expand this one. We can click on the layout. For card colors, we selected the priorities. Now for card layout, we can say, okay, what are the different fields? So one of the field is story points that we are going to add. We can save this one. Then another field that we want to add is the labels. So we are going to save. It allows us, to add three fields. So right now we have added these two fields, and if we go back and we can see now our board that we are having this particular Kanban board, we can see the user story or different cards. They are also showing the labels information. They are also showing the story point information wherever we have, right? So in these cards, we do not have that particular information. Like for user profile, we do not have the story point. If I say the story point is going to be 5 and I click say OK, and it is saved, now it is going to show. So that way, some important information which we want to have at one glance, we can have it. Similarly, let's say due date. So due date for this one is, let's say, 23rd of December, and we simply close it. So yeah, due date is it is showing it because it may be part of the default card configuration, but there could be some other information as well which we want that can also be displayed there. If I say assign to me, so this is assigned to Anil. So that was kind of a brief about today's video where we learned about how we can create a Kanban space or Kanban project in a Jira Cloud environment, how we can configure the Kanban board, include some additional columns or states if they are not present. We can also rename it if we want, like from QA to test. We can also do that. We can change the naming, and also how we can create different cards and use the card coloring using the board configuration for the priorities. Also, how we can uh, configure the card layout to show different fields on the cards. So thank you so much for watching this particular video, and I hope you guys liked it. And if you are new to my channels, please do share and subscribe. Thank you.